Okay, let's move on to wide receivers next. And I'll go first. I'll take a man that is really looking like he has solidified the number 2 role within this offense, and it's the highest scoring offense in the National Football League. Do you know what offense that is?
Let me guess, the Lizard.
Allen Lazard.
Yep.
39% owned. It's been a solid start to the 2020 campaign for Allen Lazard, as you said, a.k.a. the Lizard. And with the trust of all-pro quarterback Aaron Rodgers is back, he's had a nice start once again. 2 out of the first 3 games, he's gone over 15 fantasy points, including a 23-pointer on Sunday Night Football without Devontae Adams against your New Orleans Saints. And against your New Orleans Saints, it was a great game. Had a touchdown.
Boy, our secondary's horrible.
Hey, they just signed Ken Crawley back, baby. Ken Crawley. I mentioned it yesterday.
Bruh.
Look, the last time that Marshawn Lattimore was any good, Ken Crawley was playing with him.
Well, we need him to something out of him. We need some reason. We need that. Bring back that, because man, we need whatever we can get. The secondary is bad right now. I don't even want to say the words I want to say. I'd get kicked off the air if I said.
Dustin can put a nice sign, a guru sign over your mouth when you say it, like he did in my videos.
Yeah,
No.
I can't do it now, but yeah, maybe later.
I can just push the dumb button. You'll be okay. Nobody will know. Go ahead. Keep going with your wide receivers.
Lazard. I mean, I could see it, but yeah, with Adams back though, he's not somebody that I'd trust in my starting lineup.
As a flex?
Maybe it's just
double flex.
Rodgers though loves to lean on one guy. Like last week with Adams, he was leaning heavily on Lazard. When Adams comes back, I think he's gonna lean heavily again on Adams. But
What about a double flex?
yeah, I'd be a little more inclined. And well, this week I'd probably feel comfortable because they're facing freaking Atlanta. So
That's the number 1 scoring offense against the worst defense. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so for this week, fire
them all up, baby. Fire them all up. We'll talk about it in the next segment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got my Justin Jets Jefferson, man. He really broke out this week, and that was great to see.
Did you just come up with that?
Well, I think his Instagram name is Jets
I didn't know.
Jefferson. Yeah.
I had never heard that. I was just curious. I thought it was very clever on your part.
Well, I can't take credit for it.
Right. I was trying to give you credit.
Yeah. Guess I just roll with it. But yeah, Jefferson, man, he really broke out this week. And I said this before the season. It wouldn't shock me if he eventually took that number 1 role from Adam Thielen. And I'm not saying he's going to be like that the rest of the way, but it was like that last week. He did a lot better than Thielen. Yeah, Thielen got the touchdown, but Jefferson had more catches and more yards. And, I mean, he's gaining Kirk Cousins' trust. And on an offense in which they're going to have to throw it a lot. The defense in Minnesota isn't what it once was. And so they're going to have to start throwing it more and more, it looks like. I know Zimmer, as a coach, hates that, but he's going to have to if they're trailing all the time, and that plays right into Jefferson's hands.
Saying he's gained Kirk Cousins' trust is saying like a store-bought apple pie is the best store-bought apple pie. It's just not that good. Either way you slice it, it's not that good because Kirk Cousins he's Kirk Cousins, you know?
I mean, he supported Thielen and Diggs. Did they at least?
Look,
Thielen, Jefferson. I mean,
I have
he's not
Jefferson.
that bad. He's not Darnold or something.
Stinks. The Vikings are 0-3. They're not very good.
They're better than the Jets.
They are much better than the Jets. You're right. No, I'm giving you a hard time. I agree with you. I have Justin Jefferson on my list as well. 33.5% owned. I just like to mess with you sometimes.
Yeah.
Back and forth. I just like to rile you up a little bit.
Oh,
it's fun to get Spencer riled up, right,
yeah,
Dustin?
I'm passionate about this stuff, so yeah.
All right, here's my last wide receiver. I'm going to go with a 49er. Yes, I'm going to go with a 49er pass catcher in a man that they spent the first-round draft pick on in Brandon Ayuk. He's 17% owned. He's really the only one out there can catch passes until George Kittle comes back. He's the only wide receiver for sure. And look, everybody's dropping like flies on the 49ers. He had an opportunity where he had 8 targets on Sunday, hauling in 5 of them, 70 yards. Also carried the ball 3 times for 31 yards and his first career touchdown. So he gives you a little bit of an option to do a lot of different things, kind of like a Laviska Shenault, who is also a receiver. They also like to use him running the football as well a little bit. So I would go with Brandon Ayuk if you're in desperate need of somebody. I'm not saying like go and he should be a number 1 priority, but just as a wide receiver.
Yeah, for the short term, with Debo out, with Kittle back, he's not someone I would put a lot of trust in. But as long as Debo's out, there's gonna be enough touches for Ayuk to maybe be like a second flex some weeks.
Yeah, and if you have bye weeks coming up, think about it before it actually happens.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
I love
indeed.
this commercial. I wish I could just turn it on right now.
Yeah, I got one that's a super deep sleeper for y'all.
Okay.
Y'all ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Zach Pascal. Only owned in, I think, 1.2% of leagues. Paris Campbell, out. Michael Pittman, out. T.Y. Hilton, looking washed up. Somebody's got to catch passes for Indianapolis. I know Phillip Rivers is you're getting on Kirk Cousins. I know Rivers, he's talking about garbage. Man, he looks like total garbage right now. But, hey, somebody's got to catch passes there, and that guy might be Zach Pascal. I mean, he did fairly well last year with Brissett. So, I mean, I think this guy could be somebody. I mean, he's 1.2% of leagues. You can go get him. And I think just off volume alone, he'd be a good PPR play a lot of weeks.
Yeah, this is somebody who you're going to have to, I guess, project out because what he's done so far hasn't been impressive.
Yeah, it's just because the guy's getting hurt. Yeah, like, and Doyle's not right, and this, they just don't have much there. So
Doyle didn't see a target last week.
Yeah, Mo Alley Cox, he did good.
That's my guy. I told you. I had him on the list last week. I was excited about my man Mo Alley Cox. I feel like I heard the stat where he was the most productive player on offense in the league in week 3 or week 2 or whatever it was, whenever he went off, week 2.
Yeah. And they'll still be enough for Pascal because, I mean, T.Y. is not looking good at all. So even as I say, hey, it might be the Mo Alley Cox, Zach Pascal show there in Indy. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Greg Lauder, Spencer Urquhart here with you on the Fantasy Football Lounge, presented by
Legends.
Right here on ESPN 1420.